An annual report with details about crime on the Texas Tech campus is bringing attention to security efforts at the university. So, how safe are Red Raiders in Lubbock? Coming up, we'll have an in-depth look at the latest numbers.
Students looking for ways to spend their time this weekend had a few options both on and off campus. Find out how Red Raiders had a chance to compete in a unique competition to test their problem-solving skills or enjoy some seasonal shopping at a monthly market.
And Big 12 play officially started for the Texas Tech football team this weekend. But did the Red Raiders end up on the right side of the win column? MCTV's Nathan Boles has highlights from the game along with more headlines from Tech athletics and sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Ezra Rivera.
And I'm Todd Eldridge. Safety and security on the Texas Tech campus are often an important factor for both current students and potential Red Raiders choosing to move to Lubbock.
Last week, the release of an annual report gave the entire university community a transparent look at just how safe students really are here at Texas Tech. On Tuesday, Texas Tech sent out notification that the annual security and fire safety report was available to the public. The document, commonly known as the Clary Report, includes information regarding criminal offenses, violent acts, arrests, and hate crimes reported in the Tech community. The new report includes statistics from all of last year, 2022 and 21. The most notable criminal offenses in the report include rape, sexual fondling, aggravated assault, and burglary. The new report shows that rape and sexual fondling increased from the previous year, while the number of burglaries stayed the same. However, one statistic that increased drastically from 2022 was motor vehicle theft. The number of stolen vehicles jumped from 14 in 2022 to 52 in 2023. But the report also notes that the motor vehicle statistic now includes electric scooters and electric bikes along with cars, trucks, and motorcycles. The only statistic that decreased last year was aggravated assault, which fell from 19 to just 12 in 2023. Reports of violence against women increased in two categories last year, dating violence and stalking. But one category that showed a slight decrease from 2022 was domestic violence, with 16 cases reported last year. In comparison, there were 21 total reports the previous year. One of the other notable areas of this year's report focused on hate crimes. In 2022, there were no hate crimes listed in the report, but last year, 3 hate crimes were listed in the Clary Report, including one incident that included damage to property that involved religion. Even though hate crimes were listed in this year's report, in contrast, this was still a drop from 6 reports in 2021. That year, 2 of the hate crimes also included a report of assault. If you would like to view the entire 2024 Clary Report, visit the website listed on your screen and click on Annual Security and Fire Safety Reports.
On a much lighter note, the last days of the summer season included another packed calendar of events both on and off campus. And one of those events gave some Red Raiders a chance to show off their skills and walk away with some serious prize money. On Friday, the Texas Tech Innovation Hub hosted the annual PanTex Innovation Challenge. The competition brings together dozens of Texas Tech students with employees from the PanTex plant to come up with innovative solutions to real-world problems. The event started with a workshop, and then the students were divided into teams and given a challenge.
Early in the morning, we started with them kind of telling them what the pitch had to look like, what the different sections of the pitch had to be, and they went through how to do that. They gave them some tips on how to do that, and then we gave presentations on what each one of the problems were, and then they got a chance to select who they wanted to go work on the problem with, and then we divided, and we spent the afternoon coming up with the presentation and the solution to the problem.
5 hours after being divided into teams, each group presented their solution to a panel of PanTex employees. At the end of the day, a winner was announced, and all of the participants enjoyed a closing reception to celebrate their work. The PanTex Innovation Challenge has become a regular part of the Innovation Hub schedule, with the competition taking place each fall. If you would like to learn more about the Texas Tech Innovation Hub and their upcoming schedule of events, visit innovationhub.ttu.edu.
Saturday marked the final full day of summer, and one local market took advantage of warm and dry conditions to welcome in residents and students for a morning of shopping, live music, and more. The September edition of Moe's Market in the Depot District opened at 9 a.m. on Buddy Holly Avenue. The monthly expo featured a collection of vendors selling everything from handmade arts and crafts to fresh produce to pet products and much more. This month's market also featured several local musicians who helped create an enjoyable atmosphere for attendees. Food vendors also offered coffee and sweet treats that shoppers could enjoy while browsing the outdoor market, along with various other local shops located in the Depot District. And speaking of food, there was also a sourdough making class available for all attendees. Saturday's Moe's Market in the Depot District wrapped up at 1 p.m., but the next scheduled event is the Moe's Sunset Market taking place on Saturday, October 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. For a full schedule of events and information on how to apply to be a vendor, visit mo-markets.com.
Last week, the Lubbock area saw temperatures climb near 100 degrees, but conditions were much different across the area by the middle of the weekend.
Yesterday's cool and wet weather may have been a bit unexpected for some students, so should you keep your umbrella and jacket ready? Chief Weather Specialist Elisabeth Herring joins us now with a look at what we can expect this week in the MCTV forecast. Elizabeth?
Well, yesterday was our first day of autumn, and along with that, already dropping temperatures for today. And we also saw some rainfall throughout the South Plains yesterday. At the Lubbock Airport, they reported about an inch of rain yesterday, almost making up a third of our rainfall totals for this month. And while we are ahead about 3 inches for the year, we are still seeing some drought conditions throughout the South Plains area. Well, most of the South Plains yesterday saw about a ½ inch to an inch of rain. Some of those northern areas seeing up to 4 inches of rain yesterday. However, some parts of the South Plains only saw a few drizzles here and there. Well, tonight, lows a little bit cooler than what we've been seeing in the mid-50s to lower 60s. Snyder, 62 up in Turkey, 59. Dement, Plainview, 55 tonight. Morton, 56, and clear skies. As we look into tomorrow, warming up pretty significantly, but temperatures definitely not as warm as what we saw last week. Snyder, 87. Spur, 89. Up in Childress, 91, as well as Turkey. Dement, Plainview, 87 with mostly sunny skies as we head into tomorrow. Well, tonight here locally in Lubbock, low of 59. Tomorrow, warming up with a high of 89 and mostly sunny skies. As we take a look into the rest of our week, temperatures staying in the 80s. Wednesday, sunny skies with a high of 86. Thursday, sunny skies as well with a high of 88. Temperatures at night in the upper 50s. As we look into the weekend, staying in the 80s for Friday and Saturday and Sunday with high of 89 on Friday. Saturday, there is a home football game, and it looks like it's going to be pretty pleasant weather with a high of 84 on Saturday and mostly sunny skies. Sunday, sunny skies with a high of 89. Starting off our week next week, Monday with a high of 88 and sunny skies. Well, it is the last week of September. Temperatures already dropping as we get into fall, and they're going to continue to drop as we head into October. I'm Elizabeth, and it's back to y'all.
Thanks, Elizabeth. The Texas Tech football team headed into a packed Jones Stadium this week with hopes of turning some head and changing some minds about the remaining fall season.
But, as usual, football wasn't the only team on the schedule for Texas Tech athletics. MCTV's Nathan Boles joins us now with a look at the top Red Raider headlines in sports. Nathan?
Thanks, Todd and Ezra. Texas Tech football has had their ups and downs to start the season, and Saturday was an important game for the Red Raiders. It was also important for Arizona State. The Sun Devils were at Jones AT&T Stadium for their first Big 12 game ever after joining the conference in July. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. The very first drive, Tech drives down the field. They actually had a touchdown overturned before this, but no problem. Baron Morton flips it out to John Carlos Miller for an early touchdown. Texas Tech up 7-0 early. Later still up 7-0. Arizona State, their first drive, Sam Levitt drops back, but C.J. Baskerville picks it off for the Red Raiders. Huge turnover there. Tech would capitalizing, get another touchdown. Late first quarter, Arizona State drives down the field, 4th and inches, handoff to Cam Scatabo. But did he get it? It was a tight one. You would think 4th and inches you'd get it most of the time, but not this time. Just short of the chains, and Texas Tech forces a turnover on downs. Later, Tech up 17-10, middle of the third quarter. Jalen Conyers in the Wildcat against his former team, and he runs it in for a touchdown. Texas Tech back up 2 scores. Later, still up 24-10, Arizona State, another 4th and inches, but here comes Texas Tech, stopping him again. Sam Levitt, they get him down just short of the sticks. Texas Tech, big one there, but later in the third, flip it out to Cam Scatabo. He breaks a couple tackles, and then he's off to the races. He goes all the way to the 10, ends up being tackled right at about the 3. Arizona State scores a little bit later, but Texas Tech ends up blocking the PAT. Arizona State still can't really get anything going in this one. Later, a 39-yard attempt from Gino Garcia. Texas Tech gets it, and that just about ices this one. Texas Tech gets a win 30-22, as Arizona State was 0 for 3 on 4th down in this one. Joey McGuire said the defense really stepped up in those situations.
Yeah, man, you're talking about guys triggering, having good eyes, and triggering, like making decisive plays, owning their leverage. Those were huge plays in the game because they won't go on the turnover board tomorrow, but they are turnovers. I mean, we're getting off the field and we're in good position. Usually if you can get those stops.
It was the Red Raiders' 600th win all time. They are now 3-1 on the season, and they'll look to keep the momentum going Saturday. Tech will be at the Jones for the 3rd straight week as they play Cincinnati. It will be a night game for the Red Raiders with a 7 p.m. kickoff. The game will also be on ESPN2. Moving to the pitch, Texas Tech soccer passed a big road test against a top 25 team Sunday, and some history was made in the victory. The Red Raiders were in Stillwater up against number 12 Oklahoma State. Pick it up late in the first half. Taylor Strzelecki to Caitlin Giametta. She puts it in the left side of the goal. Texas Tech up 1-0. Giametta's had a really big year stepping up for this team. A lot of leaders, of course, gone from last year's Sweet 16 team. But here we go. Texas Tech up against a top 25 team at the half. Later in the second half, Texas Tech had been putting it on, but hadn't gotten another goal. But here's Macy Blackburn setting up Caitlin Giametta to get the cross to Ashley Williams, and she puts it in to put Tech up 2-0. But Macy Blackburn, that was her 28th career assist, and she became the all-time leader in career assists at Texas Tech. Tom Stone said for the great players he's had, like Taylor Lytle, who will make the Texas Tech Hall of Fame this year, and Jaylene Hinkle, who was one of the best in the world, Macy Blackburn has the best service from a college player he's ever seen.
It's hard to put into words the absolute quality of that young lady. And here's a good example. Macy will be the first one to tell you this was not her best game. This was a battle. She was caught up in the battle as much as she was anything. A lot of times she just gets to fly down the wing and do her thing. Today she had to fight, scrap, and still managed to have the big play of the game, to turn that corner, whip it into Ashley, and break the record with that goal. We were so excited about winning we forgot to even say anything. So we'll head to the bus and make a big announcement.
Texas Tech held on to get the 2-0 win over the Cowgirls. Blackburn is a season and a half to put it out of reach. Up next for her and the Red Raiders, a couple more road games to also try to stay undefeated in the Big 12. Kansas State and Houston are up next on Thursday and Sunday. First touch against Kansas State is Thursday at 7 p.m. from Manhattan, Kansas on ESPN+. And the Red Raider Invitational is back for the 2nd straight year at the Rawls course in Lubbock. Texas Tech women's golf is gearing up to try to win it again like they did last year. Senior Libby Fleming seemed very confident on Thursday in Tech's ability to get it done again.
I think we know this course better than anybody times 10, so I think we're going out there to win and win by a lot. It's going to be a tougher field than last year, but we won by 20-something strokes last year. So.
One big reason the field will be tougher this year is that Tech is hosting an NCAA regional in May. The Rawls course was announced in 2022 as one of 6 NCAA regional sites for the 2024-25 year. Head coach JoJo Robertson talked about what getting to host a regional means.
Hosting the regional is awesome. We don't get a chance to do it very much, but I think it also just shows if the NCAA is going to pick this site, it shows what we have here. I think the teams coming into this tournament, we have 15 outside teams coming in. They all want to see the golf course and see how it's going to be set up. So I think there's a lot of excitement around our area with teams hoping that they would get selected here. But it'll definitely be a great test.
Texas Tech will have 9 total players competing, with 5 of them accounting toward the team score and 4 of them competing as individuals. Maya Ambrosiak won the tournament last year, and Lauren Zaretsky made the Las Vegas Regional in the NCAA tournament as an individual. The first and second rounds will be Tuesday, and the final round will be Wednesday. Both days will start at 9 a.m. That's all we got for sports. Back to you, Ezra and Todd.
Thanks, Nathan. So, Todd, did you catch any Red Raider athletics in action over the weekend?
I sure did. I watched the football game, and I gotta say, Baron Morton looked really poised, and all those fourth down stops were really impressive. What about you?
I did actually. I went to the football game for the first time since my freshman year, and I had a lot of fun.
Cool.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.